1 Samuel 25. Now there was a man in Maon whose business was in Carmel, and the man was very rich, and he had 3,000 sheep and 1,000 goats, and was shearing his sheep in Carmel. The man's name was Nabal, and his wife's name Abigail. The woman was intelligent and beautiful, but the man, a Calebite, was harsh and evil in his dealings. While David was in the wilderness, he heard that Nabal was shearing sheep. So David sent 10 young men, instructing them, "Go up to Carmel, and when you come to Nabal, greet him in my name. Then say this: Long life to you, and peace to you, to your family, and to all that is yours. Now I hear that you have shearers. Now your shepherds have been with us, and we have not harassed them, and nothing of theirs was missing all the days they were in Carmel. Ask your young men, and they will tell you. Therefore, let my young men find favor with you, for we have come on a feast day. Please give whatever you can afford to your servants and to your son David." David's young men went and said all these things to Nabal on David's behalf. Then they waited. Nabal asked them, "Who is David? Who is the son of Jesse? Many servants these days are running away from their masters. Am I supposed to take my bread, my water, and my meat that I butchered for my shearers, and give them to these men? I do not know where they are from." So David's young men retraced their steps. When they returned to him, they reported all these words. David said to his men, "All of you, put on your swords." So David and all his men put on their swords. About 400 men followed David, while 200 stayed with the supplies. One of Nabal's young men informed Abigail, Nabal's wife, "Look, David sent messengers from the wilderness to greet our master, but he yelled at them. The men treated us well the whole time we were living among them. They were a wall around us, both day and night, the entire time we were herding the sheep. Now consider carefully what you must do, because there is certain to be trouble for our master and his entire family. He is such a worthless fool, nobody can talk to him." Abigail hurried, taking 200 loaves of bread, 2 jugs of wine, 5 butchered sheep, a bushel of roasted grain, 100 clusters of raisins, and 200 cakes of pressed figs, and loaded them on donkeys. Then she said to her male servants, "Go ahead of me. I will be right behind you." But she did not tell her husband Nabal. As she rode the donkey down a mountain pass hidden from view, she saw David and his men coming toward her and met them. Now David had just said, "I guarded everything that belonged to this man in the wilderness for nothing. He was not missing anything, yet he paid me back evil for good. May God punish me and do so severely if I let any of his men survive until morning." When Abigail saw David, she quickly got off the donkey and bowed down with her face to the ground in front of David. She fell at his feet and said, "The guilt is mine, my lord, but please let your maidservant speak to you directly. Listen to the words of your maidservant. Please do not let my lord pay attention to this worthless man Nabal, for he lives up to his name. His name is Nabal, and stupidity is all he knows. I, your maidservant, did not see the young men of my lord whom you sent. Now surely, my lord, as the Lord lives, and as your soul lives, it is the Lord who has restrained you from shedding blood, and from avenging yourself by your own hand. Now accept this gift which your maidservant has brought to my lord, and let it be given to the young men who accompany my lord. Please forgive the transgression of your maidservant, for the Lord will certainly make a lasting dynasty for my lord, because my lord is fighting the Lord's battles. And may evil not be found in you all your days. When the Lord does for my lord all the good he promised, and appoints you ruler over Israel, there will not be remorse or a troubled conscience for my lord because of needless bloodshed or my lord's revenge. And when the Lord does good things for my lord, may you remember me, your maidservant." Then David said to Abigail, "Praise to the Lord God of Israel, who sent you this day to meet me, and blessed be your discernment, and blessed be you, who have kept me this day from bloodshed, and from avenging myself by my own hand. Otherwise, if you had not come quickly to meet me, Nabal would not have had any men left by morning light." Then David accepted what she had brought him and said, "Go home in peace. See, I have listened to what you said and have granted your request." When Abigail went to Nabal, he was in the house holding a feast like that of a king. He was in high spirits and very drunk. So she told him nothing at all until daybreak. In the morning, when Nabal sobered up, his wife told him about these events. Then he had a seizure and became paralyzed. About 10 days later, the Lord struck Nabal dead. When David heard that Nabal was dead, he said, "Praise be to the Lord, who has upheld my cause against Nabal for treating me with contempt. He has restrained his servant from doing evil, and has brought Nabal's wickedness down upon his own head." Then David sent word to Abigail, asking her to become his wife. Then Abigail quickly arose and rode on a donkey, with her 5 female servants accompanying her, and she followed David's messengers. And so she became his wife.